I don't think I've ever been to a birthday party since I was little. I didn't know if adults just didn't have birthday parties or if I was just never invited to any. I remember the exact day I made friends with one of my childhood best friends. Our school held a fundraiser every year that was a 5K race around the neighborhood by our school. And a girl who was in my first grade class and I fell into the same mid to low speed walking group during the race, and by the end of it, we were begging our moms to let me go over to her house to play with her littlest pet shop. And we wouldn't take no for an answer. And I just think about now, it was so simple back then. We only had to just like one thing, and that was enough. I've never been the type of person to have big friend groups, and I thought maybe I didn't have the sort of aura or personality that people in big friend groups had. The only consistent big friend group I had was in high school, and all of our insecurities back then made it one big dramatic mess. And without the obligatory glue of school, we just kind of grew apart. Yeah. I think I talked to maybe only one person from that group again. In college, I would see crowds of friends just laughing together in restaurants, and I truly wonder, how did they do that? How did you know all those people so well? Where did you find all the time, the energy, the opportunities to meet so many people you just click with? And I've had girls' nights out, but I probably only ever knew 2 people pretty well at most. The rest were always strangers or friends of friends that I just never saw again after that night. Growing up, Disney Channel and Nickelodeon made me think it was okay if I just had one really good best friend who stuck with me through thick and thin. But now, I don't know why, it just sometimes that doesn't feel like enough. Without a community of sisters, you're somehow missing out on an integral part of girlhood. I've always had people-pleasing tendencies and an anxious attachment style and zero confidence growing up, but that led to me not voicing my opinions and feelings because I was too scared to rock the boat and I just wanted to be accepted. So I would always call to hang out more than they did, and I would be insecure about sticking out like a sore thumb. And I always felt really self-conscious that I was the only Asian person in all my friend groups growing up. And when I brought it up, they always said oh, that stuff doesn't matter to me. Or I don't even think of you as Asian, but that stuff mattered to me. It made me think okay, so if that didn't matter, then why was I always usually the designated punching bag of my friend group? I thought being a friend was providing value to someone's life, service. I'd compartmentalize my feelings and go to friends at the drop of a hat when they asked me to, expecting the same in return, but that never really happened. I realized I had no boundaries and expected others not to have them either. I blamed it on what I couldn't change, how I looked, how I sounded, my personality. Well, I guess I could change my personality. How I just came off as. I've always had a deep fear that everyone was just playing one long game pretending to be my friend this whole time. That's really messed up. I don't think I've ever really then trusted my friends. Sometimes it feels like society expects women to be Olympic competitors or something. We have to be the most thoughtful, the most supportive, unproblematic, pretty, fun, but oh, don't forget, relatable, because that's the kind of girl everyone wants to be around, right? But I'm not like that 24/7. I don't think anyone can be. Naturally, I would get jealous. A lot of times growing up, I'd project judgments I had of myself onto others before they could do the same to me. It was the only defense I had at 18. I'm not exactly sure where this is going, and I guess this is just all my musings about female friendships over the years, and I don't know what to learn from it, what I should learn from it, but I do know I want to be different going forward. I would always avoid getting into fights with friends, and I think that was part of the problem. I would just swallow it down, both of us would. It also helped that most of my friends were non-confrontational introverts, and as most women are taught to be, but I think I want to open myself up to the idea that there are going to be times and friends and just people who don't like what I have to say and who just don't like me. And I want to risk starting fights if it means finding out if they would stay after it. Not that I'm just gonna go around starting fights, but like not backing down when I want to say something. I don't know how to end this, so I think what sets the tone for the next, hopefully, few years at least of my life is something like my friend once told me. She said, if we keep showing up as our alien selves, then it gives everyone else around you permission to do so too. And I think I was never a sister or a friend to myself, so I could never trust that other people could for me. I think I want to start with myself first.